to the Barefoot Vlogger live stream on location in sunny Florida. Join the chat and join the fun. Barefoot will be live in just a minute or two, so strap yourselves in. This should be a good one.
Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to Not So Sunny Florida. Yes, I'm here. Don't worry, I'm not leaving. That's not what that meant. Maybe a little tease, I guess, in the title, but no, sunny Florida, goodbye sunny Florida, because it's not sunny here anymore. So I don't know what the deal is, but we'll talk about all that. Hello and welcome. If you haven't guessed, I am in we're kind of on the cusp of Fort Lauderdale, Lauderdale by the Sea. It's either South Lauderdale by the Sea or North Fort Lauderdale, but I'm at the Ocean Manor, be that as it may, and we are not letting these clouds get us down. So welcome one and all. Soundways, looks like you were the first one here, so shout out to you, and welcome everyone. Hi Joe, hi Jeremy, Geraldo, what's going on, Don? I'll catch up with all you guys as we walk, but thanks for joining me. What I'm going to do, guys, is because there's music coming from here, so, live streams and copywritten music, they don't get along too well. So what I'm going to do is, our mission today is I want to check out the pier. The commercial pier is what we call it, but I think it's called the Anglin Fishing Pier. Anglin Fishing Pier. Remember it had the big hole in it, the gaping hole? I want to see if they have, as yet, fixed that. I think I know the answer to the question, but let's go and check it out. It's been a while since I've been here, so pull up a chair or wherever you may be. Welcome if it's snowing by you. Hey, get that fire roaring and let's go take a beach walk. Gonna adjust the camera here. You guys have seen me here before many times. They have a really good bar here that is a lot of fun and very active, and like almost always active, guys. You can come here pretty much any day of the week, any hour of the day or night, and you'll see much of what you're looking at right now as you hear that blender making someone a nice pina colada, it looks like. There are people on the beach, as you'll find, even in times of lousy weather. Turn around here and give you a full shot. Let me adjust that. I am trying to multitask. I'm holding my shoes, I'm holding my beer, and I'm holding the gimbal. So something's going to have to go. But hello from Harrisonburg, Virginia. How is the blue iguana? The blue iguana is in surgery right now, but the heart hasn't shown up for the heart transplant. So I don't know. I guess maybe a transmission would be more like a lung transplant, and the engine would be a heart transplant. I don't know. Either way, I do not have that vehicle currently, and I don't know if and when I will get it back. Please stay tuned. I know a lot of you joined the channel specifically for that reason. I haven't lost sight of that fact. So I honestly don't know what I'm going to do, but stay tuned and you'll follow my journey with it, and I'll give you guys a blow-by-blow update of exactly what's happening. Here's a pool they have here. This is a nice property. You know, it's an older hotel that they did a pretty good job of renovating over the years. And what I like about this hotel, guys, as I mentioned before, and trust me, I don't. They're not a sponsor or anything, but they're good folks here that run it. And you probably saw them on Bar Rescue, or was that Hotel Rescue? One of those. I think it was Bar Rescue that they did here. These are all condos. There's only this hotel and the one that's next to it, right next door, and that's it for what is called here the Gold Ocean Mile, and that one's called the Ocean Sky. Let me grab my beer. I got this Mick Ultra because it's in a can. It's a little easier for me to hold and walk at the same time. So here we go. We are on the beach. I am going to take a walk. I will do my best, guys, to stay up with the chat, but that might take a minute or two for me to kind of get myself situated. So, also, by the way, I want to let you guys know, I have you on the external mic. I may not need it today, to be honest with you, because the wind is almost non-existent. It's really, you can see the trees, they're not moving. There's almost no wind. It was cooler this morning. That's why I got a long sleeve shirt on, but it's really nice and balmy now. It's not, I could always see the answer to my question, by the way, about the pier, but I'll show that to you in a minute as I switch subjects here in the midst of what I'm saying. But no, it's just ugly out. That's all. It's not cold. There's no breeze, so even though the air temperature is a little cooler maybe than it would ordinarily be, you can't tell because it's very stagnant. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you guys was this external mic is, the battery's going to die on the piece that goes into the phone. So when that happens, let me know that the sound is out. If I don't see it myself on my own, you guys let me know that you can't hear me, and I will pull that out, and then we'll be able to just get the native sound from the camera. But yeah, this is where I am. If you just joined me, Okay, yeah, this went dead. So I forgot to charge it, so you should hear me now. Can you hear me now? No, I can't blame this on T-Mobile. It's not T-Mobile, unless you can't see me. That's another problem. This was just because of the, what I mentioned, the fact that my battery died. And sorry, but I forgot to charge it since the last telecast that I did. Awesome. Okay, I'm glad you guys can hear me. So this is a nice little walk. Hopefully we don't get rained on, but hey, if we do, you guys will witness it, because we're going to take about a mile or so walk to that pier that you might be able to make out in the distance, and see how that goes. Guys, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my shoes on rather than just leave them here and let them get swiped or walk barefoot, because I got too much to hold. So it's just easier. It's just easier for me to multitask. And because I want to read the chat, I want to have conversations with you guys and see what's happening with everyone. So let me do that. Johnny R, we don't see you. We see the ocean. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, the ocean is relatively calm. And, this is, guys, the title I put in there was what? So Long Sunny Florida. You might have thought, hey, what's he doing? Is he moving? No, So Long Sunny Florida. Guys, we have had more cloudy, rainy days in the winter. I thought about this morning. I think we've had more rain this winter than we did this summer. It's crazy. What's up, Henry? Good to see you. Who else we got? Ron Hinkley in the house. What's happening, my friend? Good to see you. If I miss you, I'll catch up with you guys. Just keep chatting away. I have a Mick Ultra, so it's low in carbs. Comes in this convenient, handy can. And we are walking. We got a long walk to get down to the Anglin Fishing Pier that looks like it still has a gaping hole in the middle of it. And guys, that was from, what was a hurricane? Not Ian. What was the other one? I'm trying to remember the name now, because there's so many of them. It was from that storm that, it did a lot of damage actually to quite a few piers. And that pier, by the way, is an older pier that really, to be honest with you, I think should have been either refurbished or torn down to begin with. Because if you look at the piers like, for instance, Deerfield and Pompano Beach Pier is beautiful. They did a great job with that. I'm gonna stop here for a second and just show you the ocean. Hey, KM4, what's going on? Eric Mendoza, the no-name storm. No, it had a name. I just don't remember which one it was. There's so many of them. Ski Deeds, what's going on? No Bud Light, Fubar says. Nope, couldn't tell you the last time I had one of those. Scotty, and by the way, not just because of any political reasons. I just don't like this stuff. Looks way better than snowy New Jersey right now, Scotty says. Wow. Cheryl S., what's happening? Richie, headed in the direction of the Aruba Beach Cafe. Great place. Well, that is a great spot. Parking's a little tight over there. Oh, they got places you could park. Probably will have to pay for the parking in that spot, but they're doing some construction, unless they finished it. I think they're still doing some construction right in that area, just west of the Aruba Cafe, just right there on Commercial and A1A. It's all good though, you know, they're fixing it and making it better and widening things. I mean, that's a treacherous spot, that Commercial and A1A by the pier and over that bridge, because there's just so much traffic there. Lila, what's going on? Love Florida. Yeah, you know, even on a cloudy day, it's still a nice place. The mission is to walk down to that pier. What I was telling you guys was, see, these are all condos. And the street that pretty much starts, where does it start? Like right at that building there, maybe? Okay. That is called Galt Ocean Drive. And all these condos that are along here, down to like L'Hermitage down there, this is called the Galt Ocean Mile. And it's one of my favorite places in all of Florida. If you're gonna live in a condo near some water, try to get you one here, because they're absolutely beautiful. These are some of the few condos in South Florida that are actually on the beach, literally on the sand, and not across the street on the west side of A1A like a lot of areas have, where there's either parks there or you know, natural preserves or what have you, or they just don't build there. And so if you're in a condo there, yeah, you could see the ocean and all that, but you have to cross the street to get to it. I like not having to cross the street. I like being able to, I used to live here on the Galt Ocean Mile years ago, but I like being able to come down my elevator, go towards the pool area, come out one of these gates, and have my private access to and from the beach. And here on the Galt Ocean Mile, you will have that. We also don't see a ton of people on the beaches, even on nice days when the weather is beautiful. A lot of these condos are filled with snowbirds, so most of them will be down now, but even them, they don't go to the beach. I don't know why. A lot of these folks, they want to live on the ocean, but they don't go to the beach. Now, in front of the hotels, you'll usually see, that's where you'll see the people gathering and hanging out. Vapor Spice says, as much as I love to live there, it would be way too long a commute to get to work. Yeah. So again, I did live here, And back in the day, I did have a commute that was west of the bridge. So when you, right, because the bridge will take you, this is all a barrier island that we're on. So the bridge will take you over the Intracoastal and across the barrier island onto the mainland, really. You know, a lot of people don't realize that, but when you go to the beach, you're on an island. You're on a large barrier island when you go to the beaches here. Hi, Serenity. Hi, Colleen. What's going on? I have a terrace and never use it. Yeah, you know, use it. Use it. Make use of it, guys. Make use of it. You know what? I'm guilty of that too. We have a nice patio with a nice lake view, and we don't go on it as often as I'd like to. So that's going to be one of my endeavors for the 2024 resolutions. Get on my patio more. Have a beer, crack a beer, the end of a stressful day maybe, and greetings, welcome, whoa, good afternoon. It's me, the Barefoot Vlogger, your man in the sand, and I am in the sand today. It's a pretty nice day, even though the sun's not out. It's a very overcast day. It did rain. There was a lot of rain here earlier in the day, and it seems to have abated, so at least it's walkable now. But hope you guys are doing well. Got a lot of stuff that I'm working on for you, so stay tuned, set your alerts if you haven't already. Those of you that are wondering about my truck, I mentioned it earlier in the telecast, the Blue Iguana. We got a lot of subscribers that signed up here for the channel, following my pursuits with that truck, because either they bought one, were thinking about buying one, or they're just curious about it. So I take all that to heart, and I will keep you guys in touch with what's happening. Still waiting to hear back from Hyundai, but I do need a new transmission after 23,000 miles. That vlog's got like 20,000 views, so there's a lot of people that are interested in that. Some of the comments, though, were pretty funny, pretty interesting, and some of them were a little, I took a little offense to, but, you know, hey, I let the comments roll. It is what it is. There were some folks that didn't think that I was too nice to the service attendant that approached the vehicle, and, okay, you know. Let's see how you feel when your transmission goes on you and you roll limping into your station, and the guy that first greets you says, "Do you have an appointment?" After you tell him your truck was telling you call SOS. You know. And by the way, I'm not going to spend too much time on this topic, but I was thinking about it. If, God forbid, if you had a heart attack and the guys in an ambulance get you on a stretcher and run you through those swinging doors of the hospital, are they going to ask you if you have an appointment? They might ask you if you have insurance, but are they going to ask you if you have an appointment? Well, guess what? My car had a heart attack, okay? So that's the way I look at it. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. Let me get the camera off of me. Hello, welcome. You handle it better than I would, Indy, Florida says. Thank you. That's a compliment. I appreciate that. You know, I mean, I'm trying to keep it real, and that's why I let you guys in that little window of time in my life to show you what happened. Listen, you guys have it happen to you too. May not be a brand new car or a new car. It might be an older car, or it might be a car that you just rolled off the assembly line and you took possession of. Things happen. They're machines, and nothing is guaranteed in life. So you guys have been through it before, I'm sure, and you can commiserate with me in that situation. You can see they are doing work on this, which is probably the first condo here on the Galt. And what happens is a lot of these condos get just abused from the elements of the sun, the the rain, the wind, the hurricanes, and what have you. And so they will eventually need to be redone. The whole outer skeletal structures have to be, you know, repaired and improved upon. And they will make it look brand new. They'll fix it up. They'll put new balconies on there, and sometimes they install new windows. They'll put a shiny new paint job on it, and it'll look like a brand new condo. You don't have a spare transmission in your backpack. No, you know, it'd probably work better than the one that I had in my truck, though. Hi, Deborah. The outdoors woman in St. Pete Beach has it enjoying a relatively cool and moist winter. Okay. Cool. That's Deb, right? Yeah, what's up, Deb? Uh-oh, I'm getting rained on. I'm getting rained on. Anyway, so it was the hurricane. It wasn't Ian. I can't remember the name. It was a girl's name, Storm, though. And it didn't really affect us that much, other than some coastal stuff. That pier is a perfect example of what happened. Well, if you could get yourself a condo on or near the beach, Serenity, good for you. Good for you. That is good living. You know, I don't have that good fortune right now, but I have lived, I lived right here, lived in Fort Lauderdale. I lived right on the Galt. And then I lived further down in a building called the Vantage View Condominium, which was right across the street from Shooters and a nightclub called Joseph's. Vapor Vice, you're too young to know about that place. But back in the day, you know, that was the club that people went to. You had Joseph's, which was right next to Shooters. And then you had Yesterday's, which was across the other side of that's Oakland Park Boulevard over there. You had a place called the Down Under, and you had a restaurant called La Reserve. That was sort of the triumvirate of what was there. What is this? Somebody lose their... Oh, is this yours? Is this yours? I found it in the sand.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care. Did my good deed for the day. What's up, Daniel? And Reginald? There's no wind at all. It is really odd because it had been so windy down here almost every day. And look at the trees now. You could just see they're not moving. I'll give you a little bit of a tighter shot for a different point of view. That's the medium lens there, the 1x. It is starting to rain. I don't have an umbrella. But I suppose we're a little more than halfway to our destination, which is the pier that is still in disrepair. Hey, Christian, what's up? Pay me 20 bucks? No, that's okay. I like being a good Samaritan from time to time. Just joining me, it's Barefoot Blogger. I'm alive. I would say I am now in Lauderdale by the sea, and started at the Ocean Manor Hotel. It's a good place to start. They have a lot of music there at the bar. It's a pretty lively place, so just decided to walk and check out the Lauderdale by the sea. It's actually, the people call it the commercial fishing pier, but it's actually called the Anglin Fishing Pier, which is funny because you would think they came up with that name, Anglin, because don't they call fishermen anglers? So that's what I always thought it was. I always thought it was, oh, angling, like they're angling to catch, you know, because when a fisherman or woman casts their line, they, between them standing and the line that's out in the water, it's a right angle, so it's on an angle. Tell me if I'm wrong. Dip my head in the water? Or did you mean hand? No, I don't feel like dipping my head in the water. I mean, I could touch it here. I just don't want that to happen. And it's very warm. It's much warmer than it was the last live stream I did, which was in Miami Beach, actually. It felt cold that day. Right now, it is very warm. Lukewarm to me. So I hope you guys are doing well. I had wanted to go live actually yesterday and do something with you guys, but the weather was just too lousy. So I bagged it, and today, rain or shine, was going to go to Fort Lauderdale area and come and spend some time with you guys. In fact, it's a little on the dark side. It's probably coming through. Hold on, I'm switching out my glasses, guys, because the sunglasses make it impossible to read what you guys are saying. All right, Patrick, New York, what's going on, Patrick? Scotty Lowe, TGIF, absolutely. What's my Super Bowl picks? I'm rooting for Green Bay. I saw what Green Bay did to Dallas, and I was like, I'm liking this. And that young quarterback they got, I'm rooting for Green Bay. So now, you know, maybe I could go for Tampa Bay, because I think they kind of had a similar type of game. But I don't know. I'm on the other side, so I'm a Dolphins fan now, so I can't root for Tampa Bay. But I like Green Bay, but I doubt, you know, maybe it's a Cinderella story. But that team looked great. That team looked like, when they played Dallas and beat them so soundly at home, they looked like they could have beat any team that day. I guess that's where the expression "any given Sunday" comes, right? Mikey Gale, what's up? Weather's better in Chicago, 18. I saw that, buddy. I thought about you, and I felt for you. You guys are getting some cold temps. Hell, and some snow too, I think, right? Did that already leave its mark on you? Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it, buddy. I don't know what kind of snow you're getting up there, Joe, but I would assume you're getting some too. What about New York City? Because New York City looked like it was in the crosshairs of the last couple of storms, and they were saying they probably were going to get some, but it turned out to be rain. So did New York City get any snow at all? Let me know if you know. I'm just going to pan here to the west and show you these. You see these little condos, but this is actually, I think, a hotel here. Is it? Costa del Sol. I don't know. Maybe not. It kind of looks like a little hotel motel deal. Let me know if you know. It's not. It says private property, so I guess maybe it's a condo. But guys, my point is, when you see stuff like this, these little low-rise condos and hotels, motels that are on the beach, used to line Fort Lauderdale and Miami. Used to line it. And now you don't see them to that extent anymore. Maybe that something like that right there is a better example. Okay? Those will all be gone. It's a matter of time. Guys, they're going out. They're going out almost on a daily basis, because these builders are buying up the properties, knocking them down, and constructing large-scale condominiums, because they ain't making it anymore, as they say, right? There's no more beachfront property. It is what it is. It's what's there is what's there, and that's all that'll be there. What's up, Dom? Happy Friday, my friend. Nashville's freezing, says Santa. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? I mean, they got mountains there. Beautiful city. I've been there several times. Dylan had a couple of hockey tournaments there, and I visited it and liked it. I like Tennessee. I will tell you this about Tennessee, and this is I don't mean this in any mean kind of a degrading kind of a way, because I did like it there. But when I went going to the restaurants and things, it's don't expect to get your food too quickly. It's a hurry up and wait. It's really, really much more laid back. And Nashville's not a small town, you know, it's a good-sized city. Hi, Cleo. Beach looks awesome. Yeah, even on a cloudy day, right? So you're seeing the remnants of the Anglin Fishing Pier here in Lauderdale by the sea. That's the ocean treasure. You guys may remember a while back I met the Bells. Michael and Gina Bell were down here. I met them there and we had a couple of beers. Did a nice little video. And so you can see exactly the position of that place, where it is. But like I said, you know, those types of smaller boutique hotels are really going to be non-existent. You know, if you turn the clock ahead 5-10 years, probably less than that, but I'm going to say conservatively 5-10 years. And that's a sponge, by the way. That's an actual Florida sponge. SpongeBob. It's pink. You can see the water come out of it. Oh, look at that. Now I got it all over my hands. Wow. Hold on. Oh, that was nasty. The things I do for you guys. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it was very slick. I didn't expect that. It was almost oily. I don't remember touching one of those and it being oily like that. Reginald, what's your choice of drink tonight? Well, right now it's Michelob Ultra. Michelob Ultra. I am planning on doing some things where I probably will be drinking more than usual. So prior to that occurrence, I'm trying to kind of, you know, go slowly until that happens. So stay tuned. Cheers, my friend. Cheers. Yes, I still like your idea. I like your idea. You're motivational. If you feel like you're on vacation, you're on vacation. Yes. That was, I actually coined the phrase, right? That's from one of the videos. Is living in Florida like being on vacation? And I say, yeah, you know, being on vacation is a state of mind. It's not just where you're staying. Some of the worst vacations I've ever had were in a beautiful hotel on a tropical island. Just because something bad happened or I let something stressful get to me. And some of the best vacations I had were right in my own backyard because I was on vacation, I was feeling good, thinking good, was positive, and just feeling great and enjoying time off and kicking back with a nice cocktail and just enjoying life and where I was at the time. So it's all really a state of mind. Just like being barefoot. A lot of people don't get it. They don't put it together. They're like, well, you're never barefoot, man. Oh, being barefoot. Watch the first video I did way back when I told you guys I was changing the name of my channel to The Barefoot Blogger as a tribute to the barefoot millmen that walk these very beaches, not just Boca, not just Deerfield, all the way down here, guys. These guys walked all the way down. You think this walk we just did is something? It's nothing. Those guys walked all the way to Miami. As you see the cruise ship. Is that the icon of the seas? Is that it? Somebody let me know. I'm too far away to tell. Can anybody tell if that's the icon of the seas? I think the maiden voyage is scheduled for the 27th, so if it is, it's just doing something else. Sunshine in the house. What's up, Sunshine, New York City? Yeah, well, you guys got sunshine. I'm glad. We don't. What's up, Bart? How you doing? If I missed you guys, hello and welcome. Isaac, what's happening? Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in the house. I love it. Jamie Brewer, what's going on? Yeah, the Blue Iguana. Stay tuned. I'll give you updates. Still waiting for some news. Last I heard, they ordered the parts. And that being a complete new transmission assembly. The whole ball of wax, an entire transmission needs to go into that vehicle. And you know, one of the things that worries me is they're replacing it with another dual clutch transmission. Same one. And I was like, well, put a different transmission in there. They're like, nah, we can't do that. All right, so we'll see. Should I keep it or should I get rid of it? I'll tell you what, you know what I'm gonna do? I thought about this. I'm gonna do a, well, you know what? I'll let it be a surprise. But stay tuned. I'm gonna let you guys tell me what I should do. You can see as I'm getting closer, as I'm smelling some marijuana wafting right towards me that just is too much to not notice. I don't know where it's coming from, but boy, is it powerful. You got the guy looking for money here, or Atoshas. Reginald's got a Maverick. Good for you. They're made well. Anything? Nothing? No Atoshas?
Huh?
No Atoshas? What's the best thing you ever found in here, sir?
20 diamond platinum ring.
Really? Platinum ring, 20 diamonds. What's that? What would you say something like that is worth?
My jeweler told me somebody paid between like 15 and 20,000.
15 to 20 grand. Well, you know what? Keep up the good work. It's certainly worth it, and good exercise.
Yeah, it is.
Any sharks? You see any sharks in here? Nothing?
Hopefully I won't for a little while.
There you go. Be careful. Stay
I've
safe.
seen them before, though.
Really? They're out there.
Kind of a scary experience.
Really? What happened?
They just show up when you least expect it.
Yeah, that's true. You have to have eyes in the back of your head.
But, you know, when you're looking down and doing this, and all of a sudden you see one come up next to you.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Be careful. He's saying that he sees sharks come up from behind, and that's when it gets scary, when you see them at the last second, right? Because if you see them when they're far away from you, you see that fin sticking up, you have time to move out of there, especially if you're kind of wading waist deep like he is right now. He's not that far. Love your truck, also a great color. Yeah, it is a great color. I appreciate that, and I agree. It just the color does me no good when I can't put it into gear. Whoa! Did you guys see that pigeon trying to tell me something? That weed smells fine, Kate says. Yeah, I'm not bothered by it necessarily. You know, that's fine. I'm trying to paint the picture for you guys. I'm trying to give you guys all the senses that I'm experiencing here. So there you go. There's a sign for Anglin Fishing Pier, and this is Commercial Boulevard right here. Get on this thing and walk straight out. Walk past A1A. Right there is Commercial, and there's a good shot of that hole. And you can see that there is just nothing happening here. Now, by the way, this pier, I'm pretty sure this is the original pier from the first day it was built. There may have been one before it. I don't know, but this one's been up a long time. Many decades. And it is privately owned. It is a privately owned pier. An individual actually owns this thing. Which explains why it hasn't been fixed, right? Because if it was owned by, you know, the city or the state or whoever, whatever bureaucracy, I'm sure they would have either repaired it or they would have torn the whole thing down. Oh, we got 193 people now. Hello, welcome. I switched to the regular glasses because it's dark and I can read the chat. Hello and welcome if you're new to the channel. Thanks for joining me. I'm the Barefoot Vlogger. I live here in not so sunny anymore, Florida, and I get out and about as often as I can to show you what's going on. I would have done some more of that if the weather was more cooperative. There comes another cruise ship. Wow, it's the weekend, right? Hold on, I'll show you guys. Can you see it? it gets pretty shaky when this is 4 times now. So that is coming out of Port Everglades, if you're wondering, not Miami. Well, last time when I showed you the cruise ship coming out of Miami, that was Port of Miami, Government Cut, when I was on South Point Park Pier. This is Broward County, that's Dade County. This is Fort Lauderdale, Port Everglades. Port Everglades is where I went to see take the tour of the submarine and the USS New York. You guys should watch those videos if you haven't seen them. Lisa Coker, we're having a winter storm here in West Virginia, over a foot of snow in West Virginia. Wow. Now I know you guys have mountains there, right? And it gets snowy from time to time, but it's not exactly, Boston or Buffalo or Detroit or Chicago, right? But you do get some snow there. But a foot of snow, that's a good deal of snow. You know what I say? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because what other choice do you have? Alan was able to see the ship. What's up, Alan? Speaking of cold weather, how's things up there by you, Alan? R. Bracey, Toyota, Honda, and Subaru. Terry can't go wrong. We'll lie in the maintenance shop. Yeah, listen, I appreciate that, R. And you're right. I own a Lexus right now. It's our other vehicle, and not one problem with it. Absolutely beautiful SUV, I guess you would call it, and it's just it's Mr. Reliable. You just put the key in, or actually you don't. You just hit the button, depress the brake, hit the button, and on you go. Never had an issue. Don't expect to have any issues. It probably has 10,000 more miles on it than my truck had when I had that fatal blow dealt to me. So yeah, I know all about Toyotas. I don't know much about Subarus, although I've heard people rave about them, but I've heard some people also complain about them. And to be honest with you, Honda, I just don't find their vehicles very pretty. That's me, And I listen, a pretty vehicle does you no good if it's in the shop. I get that. But, by golly, I like to have the best of both worlds. Why not? For what you're paying for these trucks. By the way, I said I paid $50,000. I want to clear that up. I rounded up. I didn't pay exactly $50,000, but guys, it was pretty close. It was in the high 40s, okay? And that's what I'll say. So, because I saw a couple of comments, oh, you paid $50,000, this, that, and the other. I'm like, I said 50 because I kind of rounded it up, but it was closer to 50 than 40. How about that? Just to be completely transparent about it. Now, you guys could look them up. I mean, look them up and see what they go for. It's the top of the line Santa Cruz with all the bells and whistles in it. It's got the tonneau cover with the whole package with the rear window and the sunroof and all that jazz. So guys, I'm gonna walk off the beach now, and I might have to finish this beer. I'll just walk over here and I'll show you. This is Aruba. Somebody was saying they were going to Aruba earlier. And this is where that is. "59% of the state's beaches are experiencing erosion. Lauderdale by the Sea has been planting thousands of sea oats to restore the integrity of the coastline and promote new sand dune growth." So that's what you're looking at. Yeah, the roots will basically keep the sand in place and prevent the sand in front of it from flying over it for the most part. Let me give you a wider camera shot. Weiler, you're from Queens? Cool, you're a Mets fan then, right? Automatically, if you live in Queens, you gotta be a Mets fan. On the River Road, what's going on? I love the stretch of beach north of the pier. Used to park at the end of Washington Avenue and watch the sunrise every morning before work. So you're talking about Miami, right? When you say Washington Avenue, not this pier. North of the pier, yeah. Right, because you can't really go south of that pier, right? You'll be in the water, or Fisher Island. So Lauderdale by the Sea is considered Florida's beach diving capital. Did you guys know that? They do have a reef out there, and I've seen people swim out to the reef, not just on a boat, but just literally off the shore with all their scuba gear, swim out to the reef that's out there, not that far out, and do some diving. And you can see it's pretty happening here, guys. You know, and again, it is Friday, but once again, it's kind of a crummy day, so you would think that would dismay some people and discourage them from coming out here, but really no. And now, there are quite a few people that are down on vacation or down for the season. I can tell you that I've seen many of the plates, you know, from all over the place. You met Grandma made me one. Grandpa, good, way to go, Grandpa. Yeah, so my dad was a Brooklyn Dodgers fan, but of course they moved to LA. I think that was in 1959, if I'm not mistaken. And so the Mets, so New York was left without a National League team because the Giants also left for San Francisco. And then the Mets filled that void. And the reason their colors are orange and blue is because sort of a commemoration of the Dodgers blue and the Giants orange, which makes a lot of sense and I think was a great idea. Hi, Connie. How you doing? Surfboard, what's up, SB? Good to see you, too. Nothing like seeing Florida, Connie says. Well, cool. Glad to have you aboard. FNM, what's going on? Happy to see this while I'm looking out at a bunch of snow. Yeah, and guys, I am sensitive to that fact. I realize it. I know that you are, some of you are snowed in right now. You could see that guy way down there on a paddleboard going past the, you see him on the paddleboard on the other side of the pier? These are good conditions for it though right now. It's gotten very calm. It's almost lake-like. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to throw out my beer can because I'm done. Let me say hello and greet each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. Barefoot Vlogger, live, Lauderdale by the sea. And the mission today was to see what the status was on the Anglin Fishing Pier. And I think a picture is worth 1,000 words, as they say. Cheers. Onward and upward. What I'll do, guys, is, because I know you want to see the beach and the ocean, so I get that. But I also want to show you some of the action that's going on here real briefly. So I'll just walk up here along this Commercial Boulevard. Commercial Boulevard is a major east-west road that will take you to 95 and west into the suburbs of Fort Lauderdale. You can see all the action here at Aruba Cafe. You can sit inside. They have nice, lovely seating outside here. And it sounds like there's a live band going on in there right now. Let's see if I could just point the camera in there from the outside and show you. You know, I mean, it's quite often busy in there and happening. It's a great spot, especially on the weekends. Just my bartender, she's that night. Her body's been floor to ceiling windows there, so you can get a seat inside if you don't want to sit outside and look out at the again, they were doing some construction. Let me see if that's done. By the way, I want to tell you guys, talking about the blue iguana, so you can see that that right there is a Ford Bronco. And I think they're pretty cool, and you know what? Like for my channel, I think it would be a good vehicle to take the trips I take and do stuff with. I thought about that vehicle, but have you guys looked at the prices of those things? Jeez, man, for anybody that gives me a hard time about paying quote unquote 50 grand for my truck, I saw them selling those trucks for over $100,000. And I'm not talking about like that shortage deal where they bumped everything up. I'm talking about right now, You could go online and put in Ford Bronco for sale, and you will see those trucks coming up. I saw one, and over 100,000. I'm talking like 107,000, 109,000. I don't see it. It's a nice truck, but I don't see that thing. I don't see it at 80. I don't see it at 80, let alone 100. So, this is a cool place, 101 Ocean. There's always a crowd out here. It's always happening. ABX girl, what's going on? Belgian fries, cars are expensive these days. Yeah, you know they are, but I think that's ridiculous. I mean, we're not talking about a Porsche, right? Or even a Mercedes or BMW. We're talking about a Ford Bronco, for God's sakes. 107,000? Come on. Let's see if I could get you guys a little closer to this din of activity here that I'm hearing. Chitter chatter of people sitting down on a Friday, enjoying a nice cocktail. Lovely bar to belly up to here and chill. Seating back here. The inside of the restaurant, just for a second. So they won't have signal, but you know, whether you want inside, outside, TV screens. More drinks there. Henry says I'm too cheap. You know what? I wouldn't call you that, Henry. I would say you're smart, man. Right? If you're gonna pay 100,000 for something, it should really be worth 100,000. I mean, I guess you could say that about me and my truck and what I paid for it, right? I took a shot on it. It was a very first. It was a completely redesign. It was a new design, not redesign. It was a new design of something that was based on the old. Speaking of Subarus, right? The Subaru, what was that car? The Brat. There was two of them. The Brat and what was the other one? The four-door one was the one I guessed that it was sort of a new take on. And I saw it and I fell in love with it. And I'm like, I want that. I want that. I want that for my subscribers. I want that for our channel. I think it will be great. It'll take on a personality of its own, and it kind of sort of did. And that's why that's really why I feel terrible about this situation. Not just because I'm in a rent-a-car, but because it's, I felt like I had a connection with that vehicle. The construction I saw was actually like right around here. Is it done? I don't know what they were working on, guys. Yeah, it seems to be done now. I don't see it. So anyway, this is Ocean Drive is what they call it here, State Road A1A. So this is really the longest road, right? Oh, is that US 1? US 1 is the longest road. US 1 is the one that goes from Key West, mile 0, all the way up to Maine. But this will bisect the whole state. State Road A1A. This is basically the beach road. So I've got the lights, I'm gonna cross over. What's up, LAB? How you doing, Bev? This is called the Even Keel Fish Shack. They got a raw bar up there. You can just sit at the bar, have a beer and some oysters. What is there, some brandies? Oh, Sloan's, that's right. Smells so good. You know, when you come to these ice cream shops, there's one smell that stands out, right? No, go ahead, guys, go ahead. I'm telling a story. It could take a while. There's one smell that stands out above all others, and it's the vanilla waffle cone. That smell of the waffle cone just comes out right at you. Look at this. I can't even walk through here. Wow, this almost looks like Del Rey, huh? This is called Vinny's. Wow, this place is happening. Hey, what's going on, guys? Having fun?
Oh yeah.
What are we having?
We have a
calamari. It's good.
With a rum floater.
What is it? Pina colada with a
rum floater. A little
wow, I've never heard of that. How is it?
I haven't tasted it. Let me tell you.
Let's go. He'll tell us.
It's strong.
Well, that's what you want it to be on a Friday when you're chilling with your friends.
You having
right?
a good time?
Yeah. How about you?
Having fun, man.
Are you from Denver?
I lived in Denver for the last 12 years.
Are you Floridians now?
No, Michiganders.
Oh, Michiganders in
Yeah.
the house.
Go Lions.
I'm live on YouTube right now.
Really?
I got some Michiganders, a good buddy from Chicago.
Very nice.
From,
I have a good friend who's a streamer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You have a lot of people watching?
210.
That's quite a few.
Not bad, right?
All right. What's your stream name?
Barefoot Vlogger.
Barefoot Vlogger?
I'm named after the Barefoot Mailman. Tyler?
Yep.
Nice
you
to
probably
meet
don't
you.
want to say your real name on stream, right?
Oh, Terry, they know my name.
Terry, they know your name?
Yeah.
Barefoot Vlogger?
Barefoot
All right,
Vlogger,
Terry.
You're on there now. It'll replay, so
All
you'll
right.
see it.
Yeah, man, we all have fun.
Tyler.
Cheers, y'all.
Enjoy. Take care. That's a fun bar, guys. Kind of, I guess, giant square or horseshoe shaped, and everybody just kind of sitting around it there with the all the good stuff you need in the middle. Very cool. Detroit in the house. Detroit Rock City. Went to Detroit for one of Dylan's hockey tournaments and had a great time up there. Here's another one. I talked to the general manager here one time, and he actually invited me. I haven't taken him up on it yet, but really nice guy and a fun place. Smoke fire here. Harrods by the sea. And I always forget, is it Harrods or Harrods? Either one works, thank you. I like that. Anything goes. So. Just joining me, I'm in Barefoot Vlogger. I am live and I am on Commercial Boulevard right now. And you see, talk about the parking. So, you guys, do they have this where you guys are too, in Detroit or up in New Jersey, Joe, or wherever you guys might be? Do they have parking like that with these, you know, the parking mafia where you gotta pay to park anywhere? Because guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, when I first moved here many moons ago, none of this stuff existed. Okay, they didn't have the technology, but it wasn't just about not having the technology. It was free to park everywhere. And those days are long gone, so. Listen, you know, actually, a word about that. Don't forget, a lot of people are moving to Florida and they are drawn here because of the fact that there's no state income tax. There she is. There's no state income tax, right? And I get it. State income tax is, man, that could be a killer. But they make it up, guys. Come down here, and anybody that's just moved here or moved here and has been here for a little while will attest to that. They make up for it between charging you exorbitant amounts to ride on the highway or whatever, different tolls they have or whatever it might be. They make up for it in other ways. So they get you one way or the other, they get you. Anyway. So I'll just walk back this way, guys, and we'll head back onto the beach and take one more look at the pier. For 225 people that have joined us, thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with me. It's a Barefoot Vlogger. I'm live in, this is called Lauderdale by the Sea, which is its own, what's up, buddy?
Let's get a little bit of that.
You want to say hello?
Yeah, I'll say hello.
Who do we got?
Who do we got? I got Jerry.
She's being all shy, though.
Well, she's speaking a different language out here. You know?
Oh, really?
Speaking a different language.
What language is it?
It's called Russian.
Russian?
Yeah.
I know that language all too well.
Yeah, actually, every day about.
Привет. Как дела? See? I know a few words.
Every day about 5 o'clock, everybody's Russian.
Oh, that kind of Russian.
Oh no, not really.
Rushing. I get it.
You got it? Okay.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Jerry. I'm from Colorado. Pal.
Jerry from Colorado.
That's right.
Wow. How about those nuggets?
You doing a documentary or what?
Yes, this is. I'm the Barefoot Vlogger, named after the Barefoot Mailman that delivered the mail on the beaches here.
Yeah.
That many days ago. You know about the Barefoot Mailman?
Well, I've heard about him.
Okay.
But, you know, he's going to have to start wearing some thongs pretty soon because it's going to be snowing down here.
You think so?
What they say in February. You know,
Snowing in February.
You never know.
Hey, anything's possible. There she is. What's up, guys? They got the Florida colors on. I'm streaming. Yes, yes. Barefoot Vlogger on YouTube. Nice to see you. Anybody ever tell you look a little like Kevin Spacey, the actor Kevin Spacey?
You know, I've heard
a little
that
like Kevin
a couple of
Spacey.
times.
Yeah.
You know, so but the thing is, I'm pretty well grounded, down to earth. I'm not really spacey.
He's got a million. He'll be here all night, folks. All right, Jer.
Stay tuned for the
Nice
next
meeting you. Take care, guys. I like it. People are friendly. Hold on. F&M. F-M-M, by the way. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Feminem. Right? Hold on. Feminem. F-M-M. Thank you. It's so kind of you. That's a lot of money, and I really appreciate the contribution. It will go into the kitty for some things that I am working on that I think you guys will certainly enjoy. At least I hope so. All I can do is try. That's all I can do, and that goes a long way. Every penny counts, and that's a lot of them. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. So here we go. You know, and again, this is a nice walk, guys. You know, I don't want to bitch and moan about parking or any of that stuff. Yeah, so you pay a couple of bucks. You know what? Your car's in a good spot, and it's close, and it's walkable. So you park the car, you get out, and it's worth it. It's worth it, you know? Come out here and you enjoy the company of a lot of people that are just wanting to get out and stretch their legs a little bit. And after all the crummy weather we've had, even though the skies are still cloudy, not letting that dampen anyone's spirits, and just enjoy it. Sweet Pea, what's going on? You never see me without a hat? I know. I don't, I forgot it, to be honest with you. I just forgot it. It's become kind of part of my uniform, I guess you could say.
Let me get down at the bottom. Have you ever had
Usually there's music here. So this is the pier, guys. This is the pier. It's funny though, because speaking of the hats, over the years I've gotten a lot of feedback, let's just say, from some folks saying some not such nice things about me wearing my baseball cap backward. Turn your hat around, for God's sakes. I'm like, yeah, tell that to Johnny Bench. So, Beach Cafe, and yeah, you know, is this still open to eat if people want to eat? It is, okay. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, by the way, do you have any information on the pier? Do you know when it's going to be fixed? Because it's been a while.
It's going to be like another year and a half.
A year and a half?
Yeah.
Are they going to tear it down and start?
They have to, yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Because this pier, how old is this pier? It's been around since what, 1940s?
I couldn't tell you accurately.
But they're going to tear it down and put up a brand new one.
They're going to have to, yeah.
So is that the owner, the private owner, or is it going to be the city that's going to take over with that? Do you know?
That's to be determined.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure all that stuff's still developing. So thanks for sharing that with me, buddy. I appreciate it. You know me, right? Barefoot Vlogger on YouTube?
No.
Yeah.
My name's Luke.
Luke?
What's the YouTube channel?
It's called Barefoot Vlogger. So
Barefoot Vlogger.
Yes, sir. So
got
and it'll
shoes on,
replay,
though,
so you'll
man?
be able to see it. Do you work here?
You got shoes on.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. I'm named after the barefoot mailman that used to walk these beaches.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, back in the 1890s, the mailmen would deliver the mail on the beach. They'd take their shoes off, and they would walk from Palm Beach all the way down to Miami to deliver the mail. Could you imagine that?
No.
And there was no pier, there was no cafes, there was no.
I wouldn't even last one shift.
Yes, you would, Luke. All right, buddy. Take care. All right, so guys, we got a news break here. We got a news break. You heard it here first. Luke told us it's going to be another year and a half that this pier is going to be in disrepair. And they're going to tear it down at some point and rebuild from scratch. So, I'm going to walk over here just for a second to show you guys the Aruba big boy. Yeah, he doesn't miss his days at the gym. This is what I love about Florida too. Look, we're here back in the back of the beach, and look at this piece of coral just sitting here in the sand in these weeds, and there's a few more in there and some shells. You know you're in Florida when you see that. But so again, this is the back of Aruba. or the front of it, depending on how you're looking at things. Right here on the sand. Right here on the sand. And they have these tables here. Listen, I'll tell you what, if I was here and I was going to sit down and eat, this is where I would chill. As long as it's not raining, and it doesn't seem to be. You got some of those high up stratus clouds that don't look that imposing. It's just a gray, you know, unappealing sky. What can I say? But so they have these sliders that can actually open, but those are, I don't know if you guys can see it, probably not, but it's tinted windows, and they can look out and see the beach from where they're sitting in there and enjoying their meal. Food is really good here, by the way, and they have a choice menu of really good items. So if you're in the area, I advocate sitting down in there, and whether you're at the bar and listening to the music or having a good meal, food's really good and service is good. And a lot of people out looking for coinage. The sand looks so good. Yeah, you know, it's a little darker here, actually. It's a little bit darker. It's a little more of a golden sand, I guess you would say, as opposed to a white sand. Certainly much whiter than the beaches of Brighton, where I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. That's a northern view right there, and you could see the Hillsborough Inlet lighthouse. You see it? There's the lighthouse. Broken pier is dangerous, Cliff says. Hi, Cliff. So this morning, when I happened to look at the temperature, it said 71 degrees. It's certainly warmer than that now. Maybe not by much, but a couple of degrees maybe. So it feels nice. It feels warm. There is a northwesterly breeze that is hitting me now that has picked up a little bit, but it's still not much to speak of when it comes to wind, which is interesting because it was very windy here for weeks. And it's funny because I remember opening my front door and being like, oh man, it's windy. That'll probably die down in a day or two. Next time I go out there, I open the door, and the next day, and it was even windier than the day before. So we've had a lot of strong winds. Typically the winters will be windy down here. It's something that I've noticed. The winds really pick up. It almost becomes like a windward island in Florida, but it's dry. Certainly much drier and less humid than it is in the summertime. So guys, even though it's almost always humid in Florida, there is a noticeable difference between the humidity in the wintertime and the humidity in the summertime, obviously. But it almost seems like, even though it's humid in the winter, because it's so much less humid than it is in the summertime, it feels like it's not humid at all. So that's why I've always said I'll put Florida's winter weather against anywhere. But not this winter. Steve Madison, thank you for taking us on the beach tour. Most enjoyable. I'm so glad. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Steve. Ocean view's amazing, Eminem says. Yeah, it's really calm. It's really calm. So there are folks that like the Gulf side because it's almost always like this on the Gulf. But we get our days where we have Gulf-like conditions here too, where it's almost like a lake. I don't know if you can see it, but there are some divers out there with their flags. That's the reef I was telling you guys about that they are diving off of. It's not that far out there. Oh, thank you, Connie, for hitting the like button, and please, everyone, do it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Sparefoot Vlogger. I've got a lot in the offing for this year. 2024 should be a lot of fun, very interesting, and I will continue to bring you guys the sights, sounds, smells, and people of the state of Florida, as well as other places, hopefully around the world. Yes, Cliff said something, I mentioned it earlier, Cliff, that the pier is owned by an individual. He's a businessman. I forgot his name. It's a Greek name, I know that. You guys can look it up, but it is there because there were articles about it when this pier became damaged during that hurricane. It, you know, they were talking about the fact that it was privately owned, and that's why the city couldn't really do anything about it. But I believe they got to a point where they were imposing fines until he was going to, you know, pay something or do something. I don't. You guys have to look it up and read the articles. They're there on Google, but you know, it's not too many piers that you can think of around the country that are owned by a person and not the city or location that the pier is in. I don't know of any other than this one. It's a shame. It's really a shame. Cliff lives in Fort Lauderdale. Good, man. Good for you. It's a good spot. Hi, Lenny. Tampa. Go Bucks. Hopefully not people smells. Well, you know, depends how good or bad they are, right? That's funny. Oh, thanks, Joe, for posting that. Yep, the lettering machine did all of the wonderful accoutrements that you see me wearing, the hats, the shirts, the sweatshirts, some really good stuff, guys. So definitely show your Barefoot Army pride and pick some up today. And thank you. Get a little taste of the sun going down and remnants of that pinkish hue to differentiate from the grayness of the skies. I wish it was a little sunnier for you guys, because I know many of you are probably looking at skies that look like this, if not worse, but it is what it is. And it's still nice to see people able to walk along the beach, some of whom are even in the ocean right now. Not too many places in this country that you can do that, other than Florida. I can't think of any other than California. It's still beautiful, Connie says. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a different perspective also, you know? And if you guys come down here on vacation, or if you move here, hopefully you'll live it and you'll see it and you'll know that it's not always perfect, but much of it is. Much of it is. We have a lot of good weather down here. Even when it's hot, you know, it's pretty to do things outside when the sun is putting on a show and the state is living up to the Sunshine State. It hasn't done that for quite some time, if I'm being honest. It's really kept me in the shadows a lot of the time, you know. And guys, you saw I did go out in a lot of it. I mean, went down to Miami. Now, last time I went out to try to find the icon of the seas, which happened to leave, I guess, the day before I got there. But that wasn't such a bad day. That was probably the best day we've had here in a while. But, you know, when I went down to that mango festival, that was a terrible day. I mean, I brought an umbrella with me and I got rained on. Oh, but you know what, Lenny? Thanks for mentioning that. Lenny just mentioned it's going to be in the 30s tomorrow in Tampa. You need to head south. It's going to be colder here, too. There is a cold front that's coming in. And, you know, you talk about the weather while we're on the subject. It's been so weird, not just because of the rain and the wind and the cloudiness that we've had almost on a daily basis. Not just because of that, but also because of the disparity in the temperatures. You know, it could get cold. We could get cold fronts down here, and it happens. So it's not unexpected, and it's really not that unusual. But when you get temperatures that go from the mid 80s, guys, it hit 85 degrees a couple of days ago, and it set a record for the warmest temperature in South Florida ever. Warmest temperature ever on record, 85 degrees in January. So So that's pretty amazing to get that, you know, not far from 90 in the dead of winter. Which, okay, you could say, well, that happens, okay, but then the next day it goes down to the 50s. So it's pneumonia weather, you know. What's up with the Sunshine State? Yeah, so long, Sunshine State. Not much in the way of sunshine here lately, that's for sure. This has been, without a doubt, the rainiest, not the coldest, we've had colder, but the rainiest, probably windiest, rainiest, and certainly cloudiest. That's the one word that stands out the most. The cloudiest winter that I have seen. Guys, I have lived down here for a long time, 25 years. I have never seen this kind of rain in the wintertime. And we have had many winters where we have gone an entire winter without a drop of rain, to where we had droughts. In fact, you guys can look it up. I remember I did a live stream. I'm gonna just stop here for a second and give you a different point of view. I did a live stream titled, it's funny because it's the antithesis of today's, Will It Ever Rain Again in Florida? Look it up. I remember that live stream, Will It Ever Rain Again in Florida? Because we went the entire winter without a drop of rain. And they were like, you know, people's lawns were like, you know, turning brown. It was like California. It was crazy. And now, because, so that certainly must have been an El Nino. Now we have this El Nino, which is bringing this weather that we don't see almost ever. So. Well, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for me. I'm going to head back to my truck. My truck. No, I'm not going to head back to that. I won't get home. I'm going to head back to my parking spot and get into my cubicle on wheels and head back because my gimbal is about to go out on me. So, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think I'm going to do a live stream again tomorrow, maybe around the same time or so. Maybe even a little later. But sometime tomorrow, set your alerts. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go live and spend the weekend with you. So till next time, from the still broken pier here in Lauderdale by the sea, this is a Barefoot Vlogger saying stay well. If I don't see you guys, have a great weekend. Otherwise, look for me tomorrow. Take care, guys. Enjoy your Friday night. And thanks for joining me. And thanks for the contribution.